How many videos can we record in one sitting? Let's find out. Jack here from the Minecraft Alliance, and welcome back to another video, guys. And in today's video, I do hope you're enjoying this week. Quite a lot of videos for you, 29 I think in total this week, so you guys are up for a big treat. You won't be like this as always, but I'm just trying to catch up on the free series that I'm finishing, as I've mentioned in previous videos, which are random videos reviewing the whole lot, and Doctor Who reviews. But today, guys, we're going to be talking about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the book. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk about the covers. Now, this is the original cover, which, as you can probably tell, because it follows the same theme as all the others, released back when the book came out in 2007. This was the new cover, which was released in wherever the new book came out. Let me quickly try and find that out for you. I'll do a very quick bit of checking. As he misses several contents pages. Original. It's on the map. It was from 2007. 2014, guys. 2014, 2007. 7, 14. 7, 14. 14, 7. 7 years in between them. It's now been over 10 years since this book originally came out. Does it still hold up as a good finale? An amazing finale? Well, we're going to talk about that. I just want to point out that this cover was made by Johnny Duddle, and this cover was made by Jason Crockford. Or Cockford. Yeah, that's going to look at me there. Cockcroft. Jason Cockcroft. Interesting name. Quite a nice cover, as you can see. Obviously, it's them in the vault there. They're trying to escape. They've got the... I never knew what this was for ages. And then... yeah. And then this one is obviously when Harry and Voldemort are facing off. Harry kind of looks a little bit like a girl. I've heard that mentioned before. And Nagini's in her glass dome. And on the back you've got Hagrid in the motorbike. And in the back of this one, you've got Hogwarts. Also, I will point out that both covers are both of the blurbs are different. I'm not going to talk about which cover I think is better. However, if you guys want to tell me which cover you guys think is better, let me know down in the comment section below. Now, then, before I go anywhere else, do I have that sheet of paper? I did have, if you guys remember, I think I showed it off at some point, a sheet of paper that was important because it told, oh, here it is. This is the sheet of paper that's all important because it tells me where I need to point when I'm recording and where I need to point when I'm editing. But this is where I need to, which one I need first. So, guys, let's talk about these books, shall we? Which book? We're going to talk about this book, because they're the same book. Anyway, we've spent enough time rambling on now, guys. We're going to take a bit of time now to talk about the books. We're going to take 5 minutes. As always, I'm looking at my screen because I've got the timer. The time starts now. So, guys, we're going to, as I say, start by talking about the plot as a whole. Now, this story was the longest, one of the longest books in the series, which wasn't actually the longest. It was one of the longest, because it had so many loose ends to wrap up. The book itself starts at Malfoy Manor. The first chapter, I think, is called The Dark Lord Ascending. It's basically bringing the reader up to speed that the Death Eaters know that Harry is being moved, and they know there's a false trail. So all the way when you read through all the chapters about how them all being like, oh, we're good, we've reached the false trail. They know about your false trail. The audience know that, which is what brings the tension into those early scenes as well as some happiness. Harry, with all of that though, we get at the Dursleys in chapter 2, and they are conflicted about whether or not to go. Eventually Dudley says he's going to go, so Vernon and Petunia agree. I love the ending of Dudley as well as Petunia. I do wish that Petunia would have said something to Harry like there was the deleted scene in the film, but as obviously got deleted because it wasn't in the book, and also because, yeah. Moving on. Yeah, so then the advance guard come. I think that's what the chapter's called. Or is that the one in Order of Phoenix? I don't know, okay? I haven't listened... Oh, actually, I tell a lie. I've been listening to that book recently. Which is good, because I've... Stop getting sidetracked, Joe. yeah, so the advance guard come, or the guard, or whatever you want to call them, come, the 14 people come to help Harry. No, 13. Yes, sorry, 13 people come to try and get Harry back to the Burrow, which obviously initially they go to Tonk's parents, which is how we get introduced to Ted Tonks, and Andromeda Tonks, who is Fedora Tonks' mother and father. Ted obviously eventually dies towards the end of the story, but Andromeda, as we learn from Ted himself, is pureblood. So, interestingly, obviously she survives because, well, nobody really cares about her. However, her Andromeda is related to Narcissa and Draco, which is referenced in Order of the Phoenix, but we'll ignore all of that because we're talking about the Deathly Hallows. So they get to the Burrow and we find out that they've all been really late, obviously because of the attack. We find out that Mad Eye is dead, Namundungus has fled, and everyone has some fire whiskey. Harry says he needs to go, which is really sort of building up this dramatic thing because he is fed up with people dying. He wants to get on with his mission, and it's written so perfectly the way Rowling writes Harry in these scenes. He wants to get on with his mission. He doesn't care about the fact he's not 17. He doesn't care about the wedding. He just wants to get on with the mission of finding and destroying the Horcruxes, because he knows it's going to take a while, as it obviously does, because it isn't until the 2nd of May that Voldemort actually dies, and bearing in mind this is a few days before Harry's birthday in July of the previous year, so 1997. Until the 2nd of May 1998 that Voldemort actually dies. Spoiler alert. Yeah, so Harry is determined to get on with the mission, but then eventually Ron and Hermione talking around, but Mrs. Weasley knows what's happening. So they're not planning on not going back to school, so she tries to stop them and gives them all tasks to prepare for the wedding separately. She gets really annoyed when she finds them talking together, and in the end they just have to kind of run for it. And they do that at the wedding, basically, because Harry has his birthday. They get the instruments from Scrimgeour, the Scrimgeour's last appearance, kind of menacing, but yeah, Harry's birthday, yeah, he gets the big snitch cake, which is quite funny. So I'm just going to turn on my TV. Yeah, Harry gets the snitch cake, which I quite like, and Hermione quite ironically says to Scrimgeour, maybe there's a secret message from Dumbledore hidden in the icing. But yeah, I like how I've got a minute left and I'm only on the beginning of the book. But basically, they run away after the wedding because Scrimgeour is killed, and they come to the wedding. They go to Grimmauld Place. They find out about the locket from Creature. They plot to go to the Ministry on the 2nd of September. They go to the Ministry of Magic, get caught, and they end up having to camp on the 2nd of from the 2nd of September all the way through till March, where Ron runs out on them at that time, which I really love the way that Rowling writes all the scenes in between. But Ron runs out on them and comes back in early January, and then eventually, around March time, Harry accidentally says whose name, Lord Voldemort, which is giving him a taboo, which means you can't say it, which basically means they get caught, and then they end up getting caught, and the torture scene is beautiful, very well written. This book for me is really good written, and I'm 5 minutes in now, and I still haven't gotten to the ending, so I'm going to skip all of this. I'm going to skip us ahead. They go to Gringotts, and they go that day, the 1st of May, when they go to Gringotts. That day commences this big chain of events that actually happens. And that big chain of events starts with them breaking into Gringotts. Voldemort finds out they're attacking Horcruxes. They go to Hogwarts and the Battle of Hogwarts begins. But not before one of my favourite lines of the entire series, where McGonagall is talking to Filch. I'll quickly try if I can find it. And oh, this must be in the copy that I got from the charity shop, because it's got a drawing in the back. Where is it? It's in the chapter of the sacking of Severus Snape. I do also love the bit where she's like, a headmaster is... I'm on the right page here, she says. Where is it? A headmaster is taking a short break. I love that bit. And when she's trying to get all the statues to come to life, and she's like, Pierre, totem! Oh, for heaven's sake, Filch, not now! The aged caretaker came hobbling into view, shouting, my neck. Students in the corridors! They're supposed to be, you blithering idiot! Now go and do something instructive. Find Peeves. Peeves? Starring Filch as though he never heard the name before. Yes, Peeves, too full. Haven't you been complaining about him for a quarter of a century? Go and fetch him at once. And that's how it begins. They gather them all in the hall, and they have the really dramatic sort of thing where Voldemort talks to them, same as Juliet Bagman did in the 4th book. It's kind of like he's in the walls, and it's scary, and I love the way that Rowling writes that, because it makes you feel like Voldemort's right behind you, whispering in your ear, which is how she describes it pretty much. Then he gives them till midnight, and the battle begins on the 2nd of May at midnight. It all kicks off. There's giants, everyone gets involved, apart from the centaurs till right at the very end. But it all kicks off. Then Snape dies, and Harry goes to the Pensive with these tears he's got from Snape, which are his memories, and we find out that Snape was a good guy all along. And yeah, we find out that Snape was a good guy all along, and it was like, that to us is just like, oh my god, he's died. We thought we hated him, and as I was explained in the last review, we got to book 6, and everyone thinks, oh no, Snape's the worst. But yeah, Snape died, and we see all of his memories. We see how he loved Lily, which is a truly tragic story. And then Harry goes and does the unthinkable. He sacrifices himself. Then he goes into the forest, and he speaks to Dumbledore, which I love. And then in the final moments of his encounter with Dumbledore, I don't know whether it's in the book or what. Oh, there's some pages missing from this book. Someone's been cutting out pages. Dear, oh dear. Dumbledore says this, and this is one of my favourite lines from the entire series. He says this. Harry asks him this. He says, "Tell me one thing," said Harry. "Is this real, or is this happening inside my head? Been happening inside my head?" And Dumbledore beamed at him and said, and his voice sounded louder and strong in Harry's ears, even though the bright mist was descending again, obscuring his figure. "Of course it is happening inside your head, Harry. Why on earth should that mean it's not real?" I love that. That's one of my favourite bits. Then, obviously, a few more bits left. We've got the Floor and the Plan. That chapter is amazing. I love the tension. It builds and builds. And I heard something. I can't remember who said it, so sorry. But did you realise that they actually map out the sign of the Deathly Hallows in that fight? Harry's wearing the invisibility cloak, so the triangle. They're circling each other, and then the two jets of light meet in the centre to form. I just thought that was really cool. So I just wanted to point that out, because I thought that was really cool. Yeah, so that happened. They defeat him. Harry wants to go and get some peace. And then it all ends, it all calms down until... until the Cursed Child, which takes place after the epilogue of the story, which I was going to say, the epilogue is rewritten slightly in this book, but I love the epilogue in Deathly Hallows. It's amazing. I've also heard, probably in the same place, that the original last word was going to be Scar. However, Rowling changed it to all was well, because it kind of says nothing was wrong, but actually, I think you'll find there was. But we're not talking about that right now anyway. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I've gone on for much longer. I've gone on for nearly 10 minutes about the book. But this book is the last book in the series, and I love it, guys, as you can probably tell because of how much I've just gone on about it. But guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, I would like to apologise if you heard. I can't remember. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. But if you guys did hear my mum shouting there, apologies again. She's been asleep, and I don't think she realises I'm recording. But guys, if you have enjoyed today's video and you would like to see more, please subscribe up here if you would like to check out the most recent episode in this series, which would have been the Half-Blood Prince film review. You can click up here. You can look for the thing that usually recommends you would be the best for you down here. And I went really weird then. And you can check out the series players and check out all of the reviewing the whole lot episodes down here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember, you are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video, guys. That will be up on the end screen in a minute, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Remember, you are awesome! I hope you like my new backdrop, by the way. I'll show it off properly in my room tour, which will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye!